Hello and welcome back to Trainz Railroad Simulator 2019. Today I'm going to be taking a look, finally, at the ProTrainz ETR1000. Now I'm going to get this wrong, but I'm going to try and pronounce it anyway. Frecciarossa? I think that's how it's pronounced, Frecciarossa. The 9705. This is an add-on available for Trainz Railroad Simulator 2019. I believe it costs around £24, and so you can convert that to your own currency. So at the time of recording it was showing us about £23.79 or something like that, and I'm going to be taking it out at Sebino Lake, and we're going to see exactly what it's all about and how it works. It's apparently one of the brand new models with the PBR train reflections, or PBR material should I say, and very, very high quality physics, I suppose. Physics, interiors, looks, sounds. It's going to be interesting. I want to see how difficult it is to drive one of these trains, and hopefully you guys are, well, going to join me for the journey. Would you like Trainz to initiate the startup procedure? No, I'm not going to. I'm going to do this manually. Do I want manual door control? Yes, I want manual door control too. So this is going to be an interesting one. I don't know how this is going to work. I've forgotten how to get rid of the Oh, wait until the track is clear. You can open the doors if you use manual door control. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to take a look at. What's pottering around there? It's something, some loud diesel. F5, that's what it is. Let's zoom in a little bit on this train to get a decent screenshot. Something like that, I think. That should do quite nicely. Print screen, lovely. So this is our train, the Frecciarossa 1000. I think that's how you pronounce it. And there is a lot on this train, so there is a lot to go through. As you can see, and I'm going to be a little bit slow on this. We'll go inside in a moment, but just to show you what we've got. So we've got all of these different cabs, or shall I say cabs, carriages, and each one apparently on the door should have something right there. How do I get into the different modes again? There we go. I'm going to have a look at what it's actually got. No, don't do that. Stop the train. I want it in realistic mode. Let's actually move the train for some reason. There you go. You just see there, got a bunch of information on each one of these, which is going to be quite interesting. So there's all of these are custom-made carriages. Each one is different, I believe, slightly different, as well as your front and your back. So if we have a look at this, it says here the consists. We have 1, 2, yeah, you actually have the numbers on them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 train cars, consists been prepared, yep. I'm just looking at the manual right now. It uses the correct UIC numbering, so if you assign a running number to the front and rear loco between 10 and 24, so we can do that as well. So there's a few things that we can do here, but I want to actually see, we can configure this. We can actually configure this train, the executive car at the front, executive class. We can actually configure that, the running number. We can have the nose open. That's interesting. And then we can have it, because it runs in different countries, you can even run it on the German system, which is interesting. That's actually quite interesting. And then you can configure the display on the doors as well for train destination. So we're not going to do that because it's already configured for us. And as you can see, if I click on each of these, we've got the inside. No, I'm not going to do that. Manual door control. This is the inside of the train, each one. But we can also go here, and once it loads up, it's a little bit high texture, so it takes a while to load in. There you go. Here's the inside of this one too, which is really quite cool. Shows the current speed as well. That's really awesome. So there's the inside of this one. I think I've forgotten how to change. There you go. Change into different views. Okay, that person's very scary. There you go. I think that's awesome that you can do that. all the different views, all over the place actually, which is really quite cool. I'm going to just go out of this one and see if we can get to the other ones and see if there's anything in these that look different. What's different in this one? Oh, it's a different kind of... It's a different cabin. There you go. So you can see that each and every one of these are different. That's actually got a bathroom over there. Can we get close to the bathroom? Want to see? Yeah, look at that. So that's really awesome as well. That's really awesome that they've got that. Lots of different noises. Oh, that's really cool. Got a little... this is a buffet car then. Oh, and you can stand there. You can be the catering. I do like the interior on this. I have to admit that this is a very, very nicely done interior for Trainz. Should we go further along? Let's have a look at each and every one of them. This one's got different colour seats. Very nice. More economy class, perhaps? No, this is a... Yeah, I think this might be a bit more... Yeah, this is a bit more economy class. Cool. Let's go further back. See what this one's got. Another one with different colour seats. Load. Please load. Look, you've got some normal maps. That's nice. Nice reflections. What's that? Oh, I missed that. Again, you can have a look around. That person's clipping through. Quite nice. That is quite nice. Should we go further back? This one's exactly the same. Okay, this must be your standard class. Yep, this is your standard class one. And then you've got the cab at the back, which is really quite cool. Anyway, let's go back to the front and let's actually drive this train. So it is one of these complicated trains, as it says. So we're not going to set up the passenger destination markers or anything. We are just going to do this. So there's a... No, I wish that would stop coming up here. So what we need to do is, you can see here, we've got all these controls. A lot of these ones actually work. So we've got a... You can see that a lot of them are off at the moment. So we're actually going to start the engine up. So we've got the manual start procedure here. It says click on the engine key. So that's the engine key right there. So you've got to turn that into... Well, you can just see it going through its procedures. You can see the digital displays now come up. We need to raise the pantographs. Now the pantographs can be raised... here. There you go. So that shows that the pantographs are up. There and there. Lovely. We will then click on the circuit breaker. Right, what's the circuit break on here? I think it's... That looks like a circuit breaker. There we go. That's a circuit breaker. You can see it's in Italy. Ooh, let's put it into Great Britain. I didn't know there's a Great Britain mode. So we're going to leave it in Italy. I believe that's changing things up on the top. It might not be. We need to select our direction, which is going to be forward. How do we select direction? Select direction, select direction. How do we select direction? I am a little bit lost here as to that. I thought it's this. Ah, yeah, it is that. Okay, great. And then we can release the brake, which is available. This one's the brake, I think. There you go. Lovely. So, let's actually load the brake up again. And open the doors. Because I actually don't know where the door controls are. So I'm going to have a look at the door control. I think this is the door control here. I think. No. Door controls will be in here somewhere. There it is, door control. So we'll open the doors on the left hand side. And that actually works. So if we have a look outside, you should see the doors opening. There you go. All the doors have opened on the left hand side. That's awesome. I know I'm really taking my time here, but that's the point of this scenario. So I want to show you what we can do. And if we're running a double train, I think it will show the second lot of doors, I think, as well. So you can open up one or the other. But I'm going to close the doors now, I suppose. We've got a security system on here as well. Dead man's switch or stuff like that. So if we just go back to train status, like so. Pantographs up. That's our kilovolts that we've got available. Our torque that we've got, our speed and our ampage. So that's what we've got right there. The system is off, so let's see. Alt and space is for that. Okay, so we're going to switch this on. Alt and 2. We're going to press Alt and 2.
Dispositivi di sicurezza attivati.
Wait.
Deadman's handle deactivated.
That's a language. Lovely.
Deadman's handle activated.
Okay, that's a language. Perfect. So every 60 seconds something's going to happen. There, so we have to press Alt and space. Aside from that, there isn't much more we need to do apart from get ourselves going. So we'll do that. Hit the horn. Not the greatest horn, but that's okay. We'll make sure that the brakes are off. Cruise control as well. We'll have to try cruise control out. But here we go. So we'll use this so you can see what's going on. It is a notched throttle, as far as I can tell. And we'll just close ourselves out. Alt and space again. I've got to remember the alt and space. Is there anything else I can do here? Let's have a look. Maybe interior lights. Oh, lights here. These would be nice.
Vigilance, vigilance, vigilance.
Has this hit the emergency brake already for me? No. I managed to keep it off. So okay, that's the one that comes up every 60 seconds. Fine. I'm actually going to bring back the power. This thing is very, very quick. I'm also going to
Deadman's handle deactivated.
Going to deactivate that just so I can have a look outside, because I do have. Okay, apparently you can open that up like so. That's not exactly what I meant to do. Which one are you? You? No. We'll crank up the power a little bit more. Ooh, what have I done here? You're allowed to drive 250 kph. Well, fine. Let's crank that up. Is it you? There it is. Okay, that's kind of cool. I have to say that's rather cool. It was actually this I was after. I wanted that on full brightness. Okay, that is really cool. Wipers also work. Lovely. Don't know what that's supposed to be. We've got heating there. I'm looking for interior lights. What do you mean speeding? It says we're allowed 250. Well, apparently we're not allowed 250. No, it said we're allowed to go, so I'm going for it. I'm just going for it. Anything else on this side? None of this really works, unfortunately. So like I said, this one does, which is nice. Should we see what the cruise control does? Let's try and hold it at
Cruise control.
Try and hold it at 201. Or not. What do I do? Do that and then put it on? Ah, look, it's there. I see it. So you bring that there, and what does that do? No, it doesn't actually let me do what I wanted to do. That's unfortunate. Maybe I'm using it wrong. Obviously it does work, but I think I'm using it wrong. Everything else seems to be absolutely fine. There's no bell. We don't want to reverse the heading of the train. This doesn't work here, unfortunately. Still says speeding. I'm really going at quite a... Textures do take a while to load still, unfortunately. But oh, I am really going at a rate of knots here. 250 right there. Oh, that sounds terrible. Reduced to 80 in a kilometer. That's my cue to get the brakes on. How do these brakes work? Apparently not the way I want it to work. I thought that's how the dynamic brake works. Reduce to 80 and expect to stop. Oh right, I've got to reduce to 80 now. Okay, that's fine. So I believe that would be into that.
Cruise control.
No, cruise control's off.
Cruise control.
Is this working as I want it to? Nope. It's not exactly doing what I want it to do. That's okay. I am slowing down quite nicely. I just don't quite understand the intricacies of this. Right, now this is my brake. Here we go. Yes. Okay. So what's this? This is my dynamic brake. Yes, that's my dynamic brake. Okay. I understand. It's definitely a more complicated engine to drive than what you normally get in trains. I suppose the steam engines are difficult as well, but the other engines are not. So a nice slowdown to 80. Quite happy about that. There you go. Perfect. You can see the brake pressure changing there. Nice, and we just hit the 80. Oh, I think that was pretty much bang on. I'm impressed with that. Unfortunately, it seems that moving this does not seem to move these. That would be nice if that was possible. It says we're continuing in half a kilometre, so I don't know where we're supposed to stop. Or when we're supposed to stop, in fact. So I've just got to work that one out. Of course, I'm not looking at the Sebino Lake add-on itself. Ah, there we go, 2 kilometers away. Oh, I'm speeding. I'm definitely speeding. Come on the brakes. Well, or I don't have to sort of match the speed limits here. That's the other thing that I'm thinking. Maybe I don't have to match the speed limits. The lag is real. There we go. That's a lot of lag. Again, this is one thing I think trains really have to work on, is optimization of their engine. You can't have this kind of when other train sims are giving us a certain type of smoothness with similar graphics. You can't get away with this, unfortunately. This would have been fine a few years ago. I mean, yes, graphically this is nice. It's very nice. Come on, textures. There you go. Graphically this is very nice, but there are things that do need to be improved. I like the train though. I do like the train. I'm not a fan of electric trains overall. I will say that. Weird shadowing happening there. Not a fan of electric trains at all. But that's just me. Right. About half a mile away. So I think getting ourselves on the brakes should be good. I think. No, maybe not. I've slowed down way too quickly. I'm not very good with braking, I have to admit that. Not at all. I don't know what platform I'm going into. I'm assuming just straight. It is straight. But I do like the fact that we've got all these extra bits and bobs. It's nice to have all the different bits. So you can click this, you can click that, you can flick this on, flick that off, control through here. That's nice. It's far more realistic. Right, end of platform is where we're headed, I suppose. Sorry for being late. I was looking at the train. First day on the job. Oh, not really first day on the job. First day in this train. Oh, I do apologise for you guys being late to work. Blame the train. Yes, do that. Oop, not that. Here we go. Yeah, about 20 meters short. Click the train next to you to continue. What? Okay. No, I don't want to do that. I've told you this many a time. Which way am I going? Am I going that way or that way? Ah, there we go. It's that way. No. Okay, that's really starting to annoy me. That is really, really starting to annoy me. You may open the doors when you're using manual control before you start. 250 kilometers is going to be allowed. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to do this without looking at the manual. Right, okay, so I need to turn the key. There we go. While I'm doing that, I suppose I should open the doors. Open doors on the right hand side. Pantographs go up. That goes in. That's pretty good. Brakes, we've got to make sure they're on. That's there, that's there. Lights can go on. What are you? Oh, you're something else. What exactly are you? So, you're that, and then you're a brighter light. That's all. That's what you are. Okay. So we'll switch that off. Switch that on. That's the horn I thought it was. Right. We'll close the doors. There we go. Doors closing. Train control. One door didn't close that quickly. That's to open that. That's to do that. That's to do that. That goes off. And we will release the brakes. It's in forward. Or it was. And off we go. Well, I managed to do that without having to look. So it's not really that difficult. It's just something different. Bits more realistic, which is nice. So we'll pot around at 65 or 30 kilometers per hour apparently. That's slow. That's really quite slow. It's about 16, 17 miles per hour. So I want the dynamic brake engaged. And the loco to idle. There we go. Alright, so now we're headed back. Interesting train. It is an interesting train. Again, I think maybe it's let down by some of the shaders outside, and I think it's let down by the lag around it. But overall, it's nice. I do wish that this texture here, or this model here, had better materials. The materials don't look all that great overall. Anything else in here that we can click? No, nothing here. I do like the fact again that we can go through every single carriage. That's quite cool. That's something that you don't get on all of the trains. And I don't want to dynamic brake. I want to push that forward. Slowly bring ourselves up. Does cruise control work?
Automatico.
Huh. Wait, so if I leave that in there, will it do what it needs to do itself? Let's find out.
Pilota automatico.
Let's switch cruise control off.
Pilota automatico. Pilota automatico.
Okay, I've done something.
Pilota automatico. Pilota automatico.
I don't know what I've done.
Pilota automatico.
Okay, shut up. Oh, dynamic brakes do work. The dynamic brakes do work. They just take a while to work. Okay, fine. I'm confused. Although now I know how they say cruise control, or in that case, what was that? Pilota automatico. That's autopilot. Come on, let's get ourselves over to wherever we're going. 80. There we go. Let's crank this up. I wonder if we're going to be cleared for 250 before we reach, or as soon as we reach that point. What comes first? If we put this in full power, what comes first? 80 or 250 clearance? Apparently we don't have 250 clearance. Whoa, that thing really... that rapidly accelerates. Yeah, rough handling, that was my mistake. I knocked it into... I knocked it into a dynamic braking by mistake. That's something you've got to be careful of on this. Unless you're just going to use this, in which case you're completely... yeah, you're completely fine. I'll put that back to British. I thought that might have been to change the modes on the pantograph, but it's not. I don't know what these signs mean. 500 yards, 300 yards, was it 300 yards, 200 yards, 100, no it's not 100 yards to something, is it? Oh yeah, it's a signal. It's going to the signal. Okay, fine. That's what it is. Oh, those are, well, it might not be yard markers, it might be meter markers. 300 meters, 200 meters, 100 meters to another signal. That's fine by me. Excessive curve speed? I don't think so. A train like this should be able to take that, no problems. It says rough handling, excessive curve speed. I do disagree with that. Right, here we go. Are we cleared? You're allowed to speed up to... typo. Really, I find it strange that these developers, they don't run through this and look for basic things like that. Yeah, the typos like that are, I'd say, embarrassing. It's, little ones. It's not just Trainz Railroad Simulator. Loads of games do this. Loads of developers do this. I must say this thing does accelerate quite rapidly. 160 clicks, well, kilometers an hour. 170. 180. That's fast. That is fast. So what's that? 120 miles per hour. I'm doing 120 miles per hour there. What? And this isn't excessive curve speed. I think we're going to reach 150 miles per hour on this. Now you'd think this was excessive curve speed. But no, it's absolutely fine there. Let's bring that down nicely. There we go. 200. Right, we're doing about 150 miles per hour right now. In a very quiet train. This is one of the reasons I don't particularly like electric trains on main lines. It's very quiet. Electric trains, I think, for suburbs and things like that, it's a brilliant idea. You know, your constant start, stop, start, stop. And I just hit my hand on my desk. The constant start, stop it's nice to have electric trains like the London Underground. They use the tubes. It's a clever idea. Oh, we used to have steam tubes. That was way before I was born. They ran a steam tube once on the Metropolitan line a few years ago for the 150th anniversary of the London Underground. Was it 150th anniversary? Yeah, 150th, I think. Right, what does this tell me? Speed to 80 kph. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Warning, you are going to have to slow this down with double exclamation marks. This is a big warning. Alert, alert. I don't like double exclamation marks. I used to do that. Then I stopped. Let's use that dynamic brake. Let's see if it works. Go on, give me a dynamic brake. See what you can do for me. You're not exactly the greatest at braking, are you? It's going to full braking here instead. The thing is, when it's reading kilometers an hour, it's kind of... It does worry you, but to be completely honest, it's not... Oh, is this a lapped brake? Hold on, is this a lapped brake? It might be. 250 kilometers an hour is 150 miles per hour. It's not that fast. When you think about it, overall, it's not that fast. Dynamic brake engaged. Since when? I tried not to engage dynamic brake again. There you go. You know, our trains in the UK, we do 100 and... what do we do? 125 miles per hour. And, well, not all our trains, but some of the trains do 125 miles per hour, and it's not that fast. 150 is not that much faster. And of course, you know, cars that can do 155 on the German autobahns, and on racetracks you can do way more than 155, you can get up to 200 or whatever. Should we just slam on the brakes again? See what happens. Slowing down from 70 kph to... Right, so we're what? Coming down to about 30 miles per hour? That's about 30. So it's just headed back. Is that steam engine now trying to find its way out? Maybe. Alright, now we're just slow. Now we're just really slow. We'll just ease it in. Much smoother frame rates on this side of Sebino Lake. Or this side of the route. But that is a look at this, was it ETR1000? Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's a look at the ETR1000 and the okay, I'm not going to try and say that without looking at how it reads. ETR1000, not 100. I'm not going to try and say that without look outside. There it is. Frecciarossa. Frecciarossa. We're just going to roll up. Frecciarossa 1000 from, well, for Trainz Railroad Simulator 2019 by, I think it's 3D Zug is the one who's made this. It's a nice engine. I do like, just looking at that, you can see the whole PBR materials and the way the lights reacting on that. Now we need to change everything in Trainz to this quality. If you could change everything in Trainz to that quality, that will be saying something. That really will be saying something. It's very well done. The textures could be slightly higher on this. You can just see there. Definitely do the textures slightly higher. Is the back of my train in the platform? It is. I might as well just... No, apparently it wants me to go a little bit further. Fine, I'll go a little bit further then if that's what you want. It wants me to stop right at the end of the platform. But the problem here is... And again, this is just something that needs to be worked on. It's a criticism, but a constructive one. Is that now you've got this looking great, you've got the rails looking great. You know, the rails really look great. That looks great. This part looks great, and everything else kind of looks a bit, well, not so great. There we go. Stopped. Nice. Do I open the doors? I'll open the doors just in case that's what I'm supposed to do. And you need to work on optimization. Before anything, work on optimization. What side am I opening the doors? Left. See, that's nice. They open very nicely. I do like that. And apparently I just read that you can change what's inside those displays that you saw. You can put your own one, which is pretty cool. So, now what? There we go. That's the end of the run. A perfect run. I achieved a rating of 5 stars. I didn't think it was perfect, but that's where I'm going to end. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on train simulators in general. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. And also, if you've purchased this train or any add-on for Trainz Railroad Simulator 2019, do leave it in the comments box below, letting me know what your opinion is, and I'll try and pass that on to the developers as best as I can. You can also support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadgets. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out, and you can find me on social media at ecgadgetlp for both Twitter and Instagram. That's all from me, and I'm going to see you guys next time in some sort of train sim, hopefully. Also, Michelin?